Hey everyone, and welcome to Too Lazy to Read.
Oh,
Today we're diving into Million Dollar Weekend
okay.
by Noah Kagan.
You ready to ditch that soul-crushing 9 to 5
You know,
and launch a seven-figure business in just 48 hours?
I mean, who isn't?
Well, get ready because Noah's got the blueprint and he's sharing it all,
Lay it on me.
even if you think you've got zero experience.
That's right, I'm listening.
What's really interesting is that Kagan doesn't focus on complex business plans or needing a ton of cash up front.
That's refreshing.
Instead, he emphasizes something much more fundamental:
Okay. I'm
conquering fear.
conquering fear.
Uh-huh.
What does that have to do with starting a business?
Well, think about it. A lot of times, what holds us back from pursuing our dreams is the fear of failure, the fear of rejection.
That's true.
And Kagan, who is actually publicly fired from Facebook, argues that embracing rejection is crucial for success.
So he's saying rejection is a good thing. How
Yeah.
does that even work?
He calls them rejection goals and actually encourages actively seeking them out.
Really?
He even suggests something called the coffee challenge.
Hmm.
You go to a coffee shop and ask for a 10% discount just to get comfortable with hearing no.
Oh, wow.
The idea is to build that ask muscle.
That's a pretty bold move.
Yeah.
But I see what it's getting at. It's about realizing that rejection isn't fatal.
Right.
It's just part of the process.
Exactly. He shares an inspiring story about his own father, an immigrant who built a successful sales career despite limited English skills.
Wow.
His secret: pure persistence. He just kept asking, kept pushing forward, even when he was told no.
That reminds me of something my grandma used to say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Uh-huh. I love that.
But how does this translate into launching a business in a weekend?
Well, Kagan's philosophy is all about action over endless planning.
Makes sense.
He has this motto: now, not how.
Now, not how.
Don't get stuck overthinking the details, just start doing.
I like it.
Figure out the how along the way.
So figure it out as you go.
Exactly. He even gives the example of how he rapidly built an in-house payment system for his business when his previous provider was giving him the runaround.
Oh, really?
And that move ended up becoming a multi-million-dollar venture.
Okay, so I'm starting to get the picture. Don't overthink. Just start doing this mission. But how do I even know where to begin? I mean, what if I don't have some brilliant million-dollar idea just waiting to be unleashed?
Kagan actually provides a framework for that, too.
Really?
He calls it the $1,000,000 weekend process.
Million-dollar weekend process.
Yeah, a 3-step system for validating ideas and launching quickly.
Interesting.
And the first step is all about finding those $1,000,000 ideas.
So he helps you find the ideas.
Yeah, even if you don't think you have any.
All right, let's hear it. What's step one?
It starts with focusing on what he calls your zone of influence.
Okay.
Think about areas where you already have knowledge, experience, or connections.
Go ahead.
What are you passionate about? What problems do you see around you that you could potentially solve?
So it's not about coming up with some crazy out-of-the-box idea.
Right.
It's about looking at what's already right in front of me.
Exactly. And it's not about falling in love with your idea.
Mhm.
It's about falling in love with solving problems for a specific group of people.
Okay.
Remember, customers don't care about your ideas.
Makes sense.
They care about solutions to their problems.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Uh-huh.
I know I'm always on the lookout for solutions to make my life easier.
See,
Aha!
you're already thinking like an entrepreneur, and Kagan gives a great example from his own experience with AppSumo.
Okay.
He initially thought of it as a Groupon for geeks, but realized the real demand was in helping startups acquire more customers.
So he pivoted.
Yeah, that shift in focus is what led to his success.
Okay, so I've got a few ideas brewing, but how do I know if any of them are actually $1 million worthy?
That brings us to step 2 in Kagan's process: the 1-minute business model.
Wait, a 1-minute business model?
Uh-huh.
You're telling me I can figure out if my idea is viable in just 60 seconds?
Yep.
Forget about those 50-page business plans.
I can get behind that.
This is all about getting a quick snapshot of your revenue, costs, and profit.
Okay.
Kagan even walks you through a simple example using beard oil to demonstrate how a quick calculation can reveal a $1 million opportunity.
Wow. Okay, I'm officially on board with this whole keep it simple approach. So I've identified my zone of influence. I've run my idea through the 1-minute business model.
Right.
What's next? How do I actually launch this thing?
That's where the magic of the $1 million weekend really comes in.
Okay.
Kagan's third step is all about validation, and it's called the 48-hour money challenge.
Okay. 48-hour money challenge. It sounds intense. What does that involve?
It's all about proving that people are actually willing to pay for your product or service before you even build it.
Interesting.
You're essentially pre-selling your idea to gauge demand and secure early customers.
So it's like proving there's a market before I invest all my time and energy into creating something no one wants.
Exactly. Kagan is big on minimizing risk.
Right. He shares how he wasn't even sure if people would buy software deals online when he was launching AppSumo.
Interesting.
So he put it to the test. He reached out to his network, explained his idea, and asked if they'd be willing to pre-order.
That's smart. So he was able to validate his business model by getting people to commit with their wallets before he even had a product?
Yep. And that's the heart of the 48-hour money challenge. He even provides a script you can use to reach out to potential buyers, emphasizing the importance of collecting money up front.
So no tire kickers.
No, maybe.
There's no promises, just cold, hard cash to prove your idea has legs.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'm getting the sense that Kagan is all about action, taking that leap of faith and not being afraid to put yourself out there. But what about the whole social media thing? How does that fit into building a $1 million business?
Well, social media plays a huge role in Kagan's strategy.
I figured as much.
He considers it the most powerful tool for building an audience and cultivating a loyal following.
Okay.
But it's not about chasing millions of followers.
It's about creating a core circle.
Core circle.
Yeah.
What is that? Some kind of inner circle of trust?
Exactly. Think of it as your tribe, your biggest fans. Those people who are so passionate about what you do that they'll support you no matter what.
Okay, I get it.
He cites Kevin Kelly's concept of 1,000 true fans who are so engaged that they'll buy anything you create.
So it's quality over quantity when it comes to building a following.
Exactly. A small engaged audience can be far more valuable than a large passive one.
Okay, I'm convinced. But how do I actually cultivate this core circle? I mean, where do I even begin?
Kagan has got you covered.
Yeah.
He recommends choosing one social media platform and becoming a trusted source of information for a specific niche.
So it's about finding my unique angle, figuring out what makes me stand out from the crowd.
Exactly. And he provides a great example from his own career. He became known as the guy who was fired from Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes it's about owning those things that make you different.
So it's not about trying to be everything to everyone. It's about finding my tribe, my people.
Exactly. And once you've found your niche, Kagan suggests focusing on the content circle framework.
Okay, what in the world is a content circle framework?
It's all about creating content that targets 3 different levels of audience. Your core circle,
All right.
a medium circle, and a large circle.
Right, explain this to me like I'm 5.
Okay, think of it like this. Your core circle is your inner circle of die-hard fans.
Okay.
Your medium circle is a broader audience who are interested in your niche, but maybe not as invested.
Okay.
And your large circle is the general public who might stumble upon your content occasionally.
Got it.
So you need to create different types of content for each of these circles.
So I need to create different types of content for each of these circles.
Yep. And Kagan gives some great examples of YouTubers who have successfully used this framework to build their audiences. Like Dustin Wunderlich, who started a channel reviewing fish tanks, and Kyle Lasota, who built a $1 million business by sharing his passion for biohacking.
So it's about finding something you're passionate about and then figuring out how to connect with different levels of audience.
That's the key. And Kagan believes that the best way to create engaging content is to document your process and involve your audience.
I can see that.
He regularly challenges his viewers to give him business ideas or dare him to try something new. He's all about creating a sense of community and making his audience feel like they're part of the journey.
Okay. I can definitely see how that would build a loyal following. So I've got my core circle. I'm creating awesome content.
Yeah.
What's the next step? How do I turn these followers into paying customers?
That's where email marketing comes in. And Kagan is a huge advocate for this.
Interesting.
He calls email your ATM because of its power to convert followers into buyers.
Email. Really? I thought email was a thing of the past. Isn't everything on social media these days?
Well, social media is great for building an audience, but email is where the real money is made. It's your direct line of communication with your most loyal fans. And unlike social media, which is subject to the whims of algorithms,
I see what you're saying.
email is a platform you own and control.
So I'm hearing that building an email list is crucial, even if I don't have a business yet.
Absolutely. You're creating a community of engaged followers who are eager to hear from you and eventually support your ventures.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential of email.
Yeah.
But how do I actually go about building my email list?
Kagan provides a simple four-step process. Create a lead magnet,
Okay.
set up a landing page,
Got it.
promote it,
All right.
and then automate your email system. He gives specific examples of lead magnets. He uses like checklists, templates, and even a free book.
Interesting.
It's all about providing value up front and giving people a reason to join your email list.
Lead magnets, landing pages, automated emails. This is a lot to take in. Where do we even begin?
Kagan emphasizes starting simple. He even encourages personalizing your emails, especially in the early stages, by responding to each new subscriber to make them feel like they're part of a community.
Okay, so it's all about building relationships and making people feel valued.
Exactly. Now, while Kagan's strategies are incredibly valuable, it's important to remember that building a successful business can be a long and challenging journey.
So it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Unfortunately not.
There are going to be bumps along the way.
Absolutely. But Kagan has some great advice on how to navigate those challenges.
Let's hear it.
Starting with his concept of the Law of 100.
Law of 100. I'm intrigued. What does that mean?
It's simple but profound. Don't give up too early. Kagan believes you need to commit to 100 attempts before evaluating success.
100 attempts at what?
Anything. Whether it's reaching out to potential customers, pitching your idea, creating content, or experimenting with marketing strategies, you need to be persistent. Kagan contrasts his own experience of abandoning his podcast after 50 episodes with the success of Buffer.
Oh, yeah.
Which is now a multi-million-dollar company. They stuck with it when he didn't.
That's a powerful reminder that persistence is key. But how do I stay motivated when I'm facing rejection or things aren't going my way?
Kagan encourages identifying areas where you might be giving up prematurely and then challenge yourself to recommit to those 100 attempts. He even shares the story of how he landed his marketing role at Mint by promising to acquire 100,000 users before the product launched.
Wow, that's bold. He had no marketing experience at the time.
Nope. But he was willing to put himself out there and figure it out as he went.
That's incredibly inspiring. So it's about having that confidence, that willingness to learn, even when you feel like you're in over your head.
Exactly. And that bold move ultimately led him to develop a marketing plan that he's used repeatedly throughout his career. He even shares his 5 key questions for creating a successful marketing plan. What is your one goal for this year?
Okay.
Who is your customer and where can you find them?
All right.
What is one marketing activity you can double down on?
Got it.
How can you delight your first 100 customers? And if you had to double your business with no money in 30 days, what would you do?
Okay, those are some thought-provoking questions. I'm definitely going to need to ponder those.
Welcome back. So we've covered a lot of ground, from facing rejection to finding those million-dollar ideas. Now let's dive into Kagan's approach to creating a killer marketing plan.
Okay, I'm ready. I've got my notepad and pen at the ready. Let's do this.
Remember those 5 key questions we touched on earlier? Those are the foundation of Kagan's marketing philosophy. It all starts with setting a single hyper-focused goal for the year and then breaking it down into smaller, achievable milestones.
So no more overwhelming mile-long to-do lists, just one laser-focused goal.
Yep, it's about clarity and intention. He even gives an example of how he meticulously planned his goal of reaching 500,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. He broke it down into weekly targets, making it feel less daunting and more achievable.
I love that. Breaking it down into bite-sized chunks makes it feel less overwhelming.
Exactly. And remember, it's not just about setting goals, it's about understanding your customer. You need to know who they are, where they hang out, and what their pain points are.
So it's like being a detective gathering clues about my ideal customer.
Exactly. Analyze your existing customer base, look for patterns, and use that information to target your marketing efforts. He even provides a script you can use to directly ask your customers where they spend their time online so you can reach them more effectively.
Okay, that's brilliant. I never thought about just asking my customers directly.
It's all about direct communication. And once you've got a handle on your target audience, it's time to figure out which marketing activity you want to double down on.
Double down, like going all in on one strategy.
Exactly. Kagan emphasizes choosing one marketing activity that seems to be working well and then focusing your efforts on maximizing its impact. Don't try to do everything at once. Just pick one and go all in.
That makes sense. Spreading yourself too thin can lead to burnout and mediocre results.
Exactly. He even shares an example of how he wasted 6 months and $20,000 promoting AppSumo on Instagram before realizing it wasn't the right platform for his business.
Oh, wow. So it's better to focus on quality over quantity when it comes to marketing efforts.
Absolutely. And he encourages us to be lazy in our marketing approach. Now, he doesn't mean slacking off. He means finding the activities that generate the most results with the least amount of effort.
So working smarter, not harder. I like it.
Exactly. And he provides a helpful list of marketing experiments you can try, from guest blogging to creating online courses to hosting webinars. The key is to experiment. Find what works and then optimize your efforts.
Okay, I'm taking notes. Experiment, optimize, repeat.
Got it. Now, once you've acquired those first 100 customers, Kagan believes it's crucial to focus on making them happy and turning them into loyal advocates for your business.
So customer satisfaction is paramount.
Absolutely. Happy customers are your best marketing asset. He even asks this thought-provoking question: how would you double your business if you could not get any new customers?
That's an interesting question. I guess it forces you to think about how to make your existing customers so happy that they keep coming back for more.
Exactly. It's all about customer retention and referrals. He shares examples of how he's gone above and beyond for his customers, like personally responding to every YouTube comment and even giving out his personal phone number.
Wow, that's dedication. I can see how that would create a strong sense of loyalty and trust.
Exactly. And he provides a script you can use to ask your customers what would make them twice as happy with your business. It's about actively seeking feedback and constantly striving to improve the customer experience.
Okay, so I've got my marketing plan in place. I'm building a loyal customer base. What's next? Where does the freedom and purpose part come in?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. In the final chapter of his book, Kagan shifts gears and focuses on designing a life that is not only successful, but also fulfilling and aligned with your values.
Okay, this is getting deep. I'm all ears.
He encourages us to take a step back and ask ourselves what we truly want out of life.
So it's not just about the money, it's about finding your why.
Exactly. He shares his own personal story of achieving success but still feeling unhappy because he wasn't living a life that resonated with his true values. He was working with people he didn't like, selling products he wasn't passionate about, and living in a place that didn't bring him joy.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Okay.
It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget about what truly matters.
Absolutely. And Kagan realized that he needed to make a change. He started focusing on projects that align with his passions, working with people he admired, and prioritizing his personal happiness.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where your work and your passions intersect.
Exactly. And he encourages readers to create a dream year list of everything they'd love to accomplish and then prioritize those dreams into concrete goals. He even provides categories like work, health, personal, and travel to help organize those aspirations.
I love that idea, a dream year list. It's like a vision board, but for your entire life.
Exactly. And it's okay if you don't achieve everything on your list. The point is to have a clear vision of what you want and to actively work towards those goals.
Okay, so I've got my dream year list. My goals are set. How do I actually make sure I stay on track?
Kagan provides some practical tips on staying accountable to your goals, like writing them down, sharing them with a friend, and scheduling dedicated time in your calendar to work on them. He also emphasizes the importance of building a supportive network of people who can help you achieve your dreams.
So surrounding yourself with a tribe of like-minded individuals who can cheer you on and keep you motivated.
Exactly. He provides 3 specific strategies for connecting with the right people: finding an accountability buddy, targeting prefluencers, those individuals who have a smaller but highly engaged following, and building a VIP network through referrals.
Networking can be so intimidating, though. How do I actually go about connecting with these people?
Kagan encourages connecting with people you admire, offering value upfront, and being persistent in your efforts to build relationships.
So it's not about what they can do for me, it's about what I can offer them.
Exactly. Building genuine relationships is key. And Kagan reminds us that building a successful business and a fulfilling life is an ongoing journey.
So it's not a destination, it's about embracing the journey.
Exactly. It's about constantly challenging yourself, seeking out new opportunities, and surrounding yourself with people who inspire you to grow. Now let's take a moment to let that sink in before we wrap things up.
It's like he's giving you permission to dream big and then showing you exactly how to make those dreams a reality.
Yeah, and you know what else really resonated with me?
What's that?
His emphasis on giving back.
Oh yeah, he's a big believer in that, isn't
He really is. He talks about how finding ways to contribute to something larger than yourself can bring a whole new level of meaning and purpose to your life.
And he's not just talking about donating money.
Right. He encourages finding ways to use your skills and talents to make a positive impact, whether it's volunteering, mentoring, or supporting causes you care about.
It's about finding that thing that lights you up and then using that passion to make the world a better place.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be some grand gesture. It can be something as simple as offering a helping hand to a neighbor or donating your time to a local charity.
Small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect.
They really can. And one thing that really struck me was his belief that success isn't a destination, it's a journey.
Hmm. Yeah, he talks about that a lot.
It's about constantly learning, growing, and evolving, both personally and professionally.
It's about embracing the ups and downs and using those experiences to shape who you are.
Exactly. And it's about surrounding yourself with people who support and inspire you along the way.
It's funny, I was just thinking that this whole conversation has been incredibly inspiring.
Me too. It's like a shot of entrepreneurial adrenaline.
It makes you want to go out there and chase those dreams.
It really does. So if you're ready to break free from the ordinary and create a life that is both successful and fulfilling, I highly recommend checking out $1 Million Weekend.
It's packed with actionable advice and inspiring stories that will leave you feeling motivated and empowered.
And who knows, maybe you'll even launch that $1 Million business you've always dreamed of.
Anything is possible. And if you're looking for more inspiring stories and tips, make sure you follow it. Too lazy to read.
We'll keep you motivated and informed on your journey to $1 Million future.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.